Good morning and welcome back to Concerned Citizens Media again. Today I have just a very short comment on the conflict between the central government of Ethiopia and the Tigray region, uh, plus another statement on the uh, Ethiopian Parliament. Then I will conclude with a United Nations statement on very short statement on the situation in Ethiopia and the Tigray region. Also got a very short video on that one too. So the United States is still on election mode. The winner is still is not declared. We are still waiting. Hopefully, we will have the winner. So far, Joe Biden is leading an electoral college vote, like he got 264. Donald Trump has 214, so 270 electoral vote is needed to win the White House. So we are eagerly waiting. I know the whole the global community also paying attention what's happening here. So when we have a winner, I have a statement on that one too. So just be patient. So far so good. No violence except false claim of victory by Trump. Okay, let's go to the statement I have on the situation between the Tigray region and the Abiy Ahmed or Prosperity Party. A major civil war started in Tigray, Ethiopia. This is a war orchestrated by central government led by Mr. Abiy Ahmed's Prosperity Party against the legitimate government in Tigray. This is a war of choice which has been in the making for a long time by Abiy Ahmed and his supporters in Ethiopia. Concerned Citizens Media reported or warned you listeners about the coming of this serious conflict in the previous program. Abiy Ahmed and his team ignored all the domestic and global concerns about instability and human rights abuses in Ethiopia. Instead of addressing these concerns, he is attempting to expand his crackdown on the Tigray region. Tigray will not be easy like the Oromia region, Walaita zone, or the Benishangul Gumuz region. Abiy Ahmed and his Prosperity Party cadres, the military, the federal, and the Oromia police used all their power on Oromos. They tortured, raped our women, killed, arrested in thousands of them and abused the legal system against them and did many horrible things without any accountability at all. Now they will start seeing the consequences for their decision on the Tigray region. It will not be a piece of cake. They will start valuing about the importance of human lives when they start dying or injuring in the conflict. Let the Prosperity Party members and their social media warriors fight this war and die for it. I repeat, let the Prosperity Party members and their social media warriors fight this war and die for it. The Oromos, the Sidamas, the Amaras, the Somalians, the Afars, Walaitas, the Gambellas, and other ordinary Ethiopians must stay away from this choice of war created by Abiy Ahmed and his supporters. You are the victim of this party for the past 2.5 years. You will not benefit from this conflict. Criminals are fighting to expand their powers. If they force you to join the military or the militia, get the training and join the opposition forces nearby. That is my advice for the rest of the ordinary citizens who have been the victim of Prosperity Party for the last 2.5 years. So let them fight. Let's let them see, and what the value of life. Let them die. Let them injured. So we don't have to fight for them, and Ethiopians must demand free and fair election immediately and elect their own leadership to change the dangerous situations we are witnessing in Ethiopia. Prosperity Party, usually with the advice and the counseling of dictator Isaias Afewerki of Eritrea, is fooling Ethiopians with various excuses. COVID-19 before, now with this war of choice to strengthen its dictatorial rules. The old EPRDF, the now Prosperity Party members, must be brought to justice for their past and present grave human rights violations in Ethiopia. Concerned citizens media also encourages and urges the international community to interfere between these parties to avoid bloodshed and destruction in that region. That is a comment from concerned citizens media. War is a killer. War is a destruction. It can bring chaos, loss of life. So I encourage the concerned citizens media, encourage the international community, the UN, the European Union, the United States, and the diaspora community, all should work to resolve this conflict. This is a war of choice. It can be resolved diplomatically, and the concerned citizens repeatedly said, if we have smart guy in Arat Kilo, it could be resolved with negotiation, not with show of force. We are citizens of that country. We should be able to resolve our issue unless something else beyond that. The second comment is on the Ethiopian Parliament. There is encouraging sign in the Ethiopian parliamentary meeting. Some members started speaking seriously on behalf of the people that sent them to the parliament at the first place, challenging Abiy Ahmed's agenda, asking serious questions, and crying for the victims who lost their lives in violence and other circumstances are positive development. That is the real duty of the public representatives. Raising your hands without examining the consequences of your vote is not your job. You got to listen to the concerns of your constituents, plus what's happening in the entire country and its external affairs. You have to speak up for all Ethiopians, especially for Oromos who have been suffering for the last several years under your watch. Do not just boil up when you see your blood-related individuals are affected. You should practice raising your voice whenever you see violation on human beings. Do not scare when your prime minister abuses the command posts and federal security force against ordinary citizens. Do not be silent when the court system and the police play games on citizens' lives. Stand up for the truth, justice, freedom, and equality in that country. If they don't allow you to speak your mind, resign from your post. So this is my comment concerning citizens media comment on the encouraging sign of some parliamentary members just this week. Yes, that is the duty of the public representative to speak on behalf of the people who voted for him. Actually, Ethiopia may be different. Nobody voted for these people. They are legitimate, but that must be the conduct. Whenever there is issue, they're supposed to raise the issue in their meeting. And when the agenda comes from the Prime Minister office, they have to examine, declare war, hold the security force accountable, the federal police accountable, the justice system. All this should be, controlled by the parliament because they are the one approving the budgets, all these things. So that's encouraging signs, but when they speak, they have to speak for all humanity or for all Ethiopians, not when Amaras are the victim or when the Walaitas are the victim. They have to speak. That's a good sign, and that's nice advice from Concerned Citizens Media for them too. So that's all I have from Concerned Citizens Media. Thank you for listening, and I will conclude today's program with two, as I said, one from Tigray region and one from the United Nations office expressing concern about the situation in Ethiopia. Let's listen to the Tigray Authority statement.
Unitary government that has illegally usurped power of the federal government is committing treason and injustice by forging alliance with external forces and selling out the country's sovereignty in a bid to subdue people of Tigray. The people of Tigray, who have successfully conducted their historic regional elections based on the constitution, while at the same time fighting COVID-19, have been facing successive unjust measures. Recently, the authoritarian unitarist group has put all members of the Ethiopian Defense Force on standby and has deployed them to invade Tigray to cow the people of Tigray into submission by force. The response to the repeated call made by our organization, government, and people to resolve political differences through peaceful, political, and legal means has been to penalize us as a people. Therefore, the government of Tigray, together with the commanders and members of the Northern Command, have started to oppose the federal government to avert more destructive measures of the illegal authoritarian group. Accordingly, the following measures will be effected starting today. 1. Any movement of the Ethiopian Defense Force within Tigray and into Tigray is prohibited. 2. Any flight to Tigray is prohibited. Any attempt to inflict damage on people and property in violation of this will be met out with proportional measure. 3. We call on other commanders and members of the Defense Force to follow the example of the Northern Command, to be on the side of your people and ensure your country's sovereignty by rejecting the authoritarian unitary group. 4. It should be noted that commanders and members of the Defense Force, wherever they come from, will be given proper care and support till political solution is found. 5. There won't be public transportation within Tigray. We call on the people of Tigray to be vigilant and to continue your struggle to ward off the prevailing danger aimed at your security and existence. Respect and honor to our martyrs. The National Regional State of Tigray, October 2020.
All right, good afternoon. I'm sorry.
Okay, that is a statement from the Tigray region. Some restriction. No flight. No flight is allowed. Transportation is restricted. And call on the military to join them. It's interesting. We'll see how this on the coming days and years. Okay, the next one is a very short statement from the United Nations briefing room. It's very, maybe 1-2 minutes, 1 minute.
Keep you guys all waiting. It's not for the first time. I want to. Sorry. All right, great. All right, good afternoon. I want to start off with a statement on the situation in Ethiopia. The Secretary General expresses his alarm over the reported armed clashes in the Tigray region of Ethiopia and calls for immediate measures to de-escalate tensions and to ensure a peaceful resolution to the dispute. He underlines the importance of the stability of Ethiopia for the Horn of Africa region. The Secretary General renews the commitment of the United Nations and its partners in the region to support the government of Ethiopia in its reform efforts aimed at building a peaceful and secure future for all of its peoples.
Okay,
that statement will be.
That's very short statement, but it's very strong, expressing their concern about the situation, though. So nothing is hidden from the global community. They know what's happening. They know what Abiy is doing, and so that's why you get global concerns. International media are reporting. The United Nations is also paying attention. So everyone is watching you, Mr. Abiy Ahmed, what is doing against your own citizens. Uh, as I said, this is a war of choice to inflict on your own people, or to show of force, just to extend your power, to strengthen the Prosperity Party with the support you may have from uh, some diaspora community, especially the Amaras. So it is avoidable. Uh, there is no reason to kill each other. Can be resolved diplomatically, as the UN statement said. So I repeatedly call on this, we need mature mind to resolve uh, such conflict. If you just, ignore the greed for power, think for the people. I thought this guy was like that, but he's greedy for power. I don't think he's gonna live even if he lose. But there is no way he can lose with all the military, with training more police force, more special commandos, with all these cadres. I don't think there is a way to remove these guys from power through election. I don't see it. With all the opposition in jail, with all the same system in place, the court, the federal police, the Oromia Special Force, the police. There is no way you can have free and fair election in such situation. We will see, but it doesn't look like they will leave voluntarily if they lose power. So that's all I have. Thank you again for listening to Concerned Citizens Media. If you have any comment, suggestion, or if you have any newsworthy items, you can send me to my email, birke@gmail.com. I repeat again, birke663@gmail.com. That's the correct email address. Be safe. So long, everyone.